Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you welcome back to the Beta Plan as we are playing Planescape Torment and going into the final leg of the game. Now, I have not gone back to Undersigo, for instance, beneath the Clerk's Ward, where you can get to fight a unique demon in order to, well, gain a unique item. And I have not done a few other things, but what I always said I would do is if I had enough dexterity, and I don't think I have it, but I will try and show that off for you, is some things here in the, ward over here, and well, we can always gain a little bit of experience from that, I think. Oh, well, I'm not sure, but let's say, for instance, we talk to Fleece over here. This man acts as if he can't find, well, a relative that he thinks believes in this place. But, well, as he's talking, we notice that he's trying to pickpocket us, and we can get some experience from that. But that is now so little in comparison to what we need him that, well, we don't really care about that anymore. I have to say, I was a little bit lazy on that and was a bit late on it. It's too little experience to care, but that is what you can actually get from these people. Some pickpocketing experience. They try and pickpocket you, and there are several ones of those scattered throughout the hive. Just a neat little incident. And if you have enough dexterity, you can grab their hand and they cannot escape and what have you. Not claim your money back and will have you. But we have tons of money. Not only that, we have tons of money and we spend the money. Off camera, I have bought Dakan all kinds of spells. He has them. I have gained even new spells in form, for instance, of Power Word, Blind. No saving throw. Very nice. Everything has been upgraded, what have you not. And we also have, well, if you believe, for instance, taught Mold Teeth to become better magical weapons. But it is time to end it all. It is time to... Well, I want to speak one more time to DNR, see if she has any things she wants to reveal to us. After all, we have come a long way and we are ready to die.
My love, you have returned to me. Can it be that your memories have returned?
I had some questions for you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality. Given life and twisted by the laws of the planes.
Ravel, try us, our mortality.
You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
The prison of regrets, and here you have...
I know that you must die.
Sorry.
While you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
And here we come full circle. We got this at the very beginning, and now you can see what all of this prophecy meant, which is why I wanted to show you. But
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Yes, you will, and that is where we are going now, DNR. We need to die. We have lived so long and seen so much pain and spread so much regret and sorrow.
All right.
It is time to lay the matter to rest. Finally. There is something about the arch in front of you, something hauntingly familiar. A bone-numbing chill blankens the air between these two blank pillars, as the arch itself bordered on some other, colder place. For some reason you know this to be the portal to the Fortress of Regrets. Now all you need to do is open it. Grit your teeth and peel the skin from your left forearm. You clench your teeth and dig your fingernails into your forearm. With a dry, tearing sound, you peel off a strip of skin. The chill between the pillars becomes stronger, almost hungering, as the portal is opened a crack. Examine the skin. The scrap of skin has been peeled from the back of your left forearm. Its scarred great surface reminds you of a zombie's hide. It feels more like a piece of curt letter than a strip of skin. Pick your index finger and inscribe regret on the scrap of flesh with your blood. You prick the tip of your index finger. Before the wound can heal, you squeeze full of several drops of blood, and you prepare to scroll your regret. A series of images float across your mind. I regret my past. You whisper the words by yourself, but the regret echoes through your mind. I regret... well... the damage my previous incarnations have done to themselves and to the others. You scroll and regret onto the scrape of flesh, but your rapid healing forces you to stop often to reopen the cut, and your finger and squeeze full of more blood. Several moments later you have finished, your blood glistening of the scrap of skin, a combination of your flesh, your blood, and your regret. As you watch the blood and regret dry, a wave of cold washes over you. You look up, the black pillars to either side of the arc are glowing softly. Motes of misty blue light drifting from the sides to form a shimmering curtain between them. Beyond the curtain you can barely make out a withered stone causeway leading to the darkness. Everybody ready? Query received. Response: Nordham is ready and waiting. Awaiting to process further directiveness. Actually, it's process. Never mind. Fall from grace. I have come this far, and it would be rude of me to retire before the final hour. She smiles slightly. Even if you were to ask politely, I would not permit it. It seems I have no choice then. Anna? Anna glares at Fall from grace, then turns to you, fire in her eyes. If she goes, I'll go, so I will. I'll not turn stag on you here, I won't. Very well. Dock on. Are you with me? Your path is mine. Maud? You ready? Maud hesitates, glances at the portal, glances at you, glances at the portal again, and gives a rattling sigh. Look, I'm not going to say too much here, but, well, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Maud? Well, it's about where we're going, or actually, where we have been. Have been? What are you talking about? It's so subtle you almost miss it. Dark blades flickers at the edge, dulling as you glance at him. His hands drop to the side as if he's preparing for battle. This isn't the first time we've been through this. You see, we've been to this Fortress of Regrets before, though we, yeah, I didn't know it then. Didn't know? How is that possible? It's hard to explain until you've been there. Besides, you don't know the, other you. He wasn't exactly the kind of basher to share the chant with us, I mean. I knew he was looking for some place, but I didn't know why, where it was, or what it was. So I couldn't say anything to you because I didn't know anything. Just know what happened when we got there. And what happened? Well, we went to this fortress, and even before we land foot in the place, we're all split up, fighting for our lives. He shudders. So the first thing I want to tell you is that you're determined to go through this. There's a good chance that anybody who goes through that portal is going to end up somewhere far away from everybody else. Thing is, even split up, we may be your only hope. Why do you say that? Because whatever was waiting in that fortress for you, Chief, has already defeated you once. To this day, I don't know how you managed to survive, but if you fall again, you're going to need someone there to pull you out of that fortress. Maud, I need you to tell me everything you can tell about that fortress. It's important. The Fortress of Regrets, it stretches on for leagues, Chief. It's a fortress, but it feels more like a plane in itself. All stone, all darkness and shadows. Everywhere shadows. We go there, and we better be prepared. And what happened when we first went there? Chief, I don't know what happened to you, but I know what happened to me. I spent my time running from vault to vault, those shadows crawling over me, trying to bring me down, then I just... Suddenly, we were out. Like someone had pulled us back. Hold on a moment. When you say us, it doesn't sound like it meant you meant just you, me. Maud falls silent. Know that I have walked your path many times. Dakan speaks slowly, as if measuring each word. His blade has become a misty grey, as if Dakan's mind has drifted. A portion of your path is known to me. 5 walked the path to the fortress. Each died their own death. But who were they and how did they die? Well, I actually know this. I died the death of faith. The skull died the death of courage. The woman died the death of grief, which is the Anora. The blind archer died the final and most merciful death. The death of the body. You died a death of memory. Well, we all know this. We all know this. You can read this if you want, but we kinda knew this one things. The shadows suffer. They know of torment. They know how to torture you with that which has wounded your heart. When you face them, know that you faced that which has killed you once. Dakon, Maud, you and I survived. What happened to the Archer and Dianora? Well, we know they died. But why did I... The Archer died in the death of the body. The woman died in the death of the spirit. I could not save the woman because it was not your will that she be saved. The grave was dry of tears, no one knew to mourn her passing. But why did I want her saved? Your will was known only to you. Alright, look you two, I need to know all you can tell me about this fortress. And they don't know anymore, except we're bound to be divided as soon as we arrive. It's a huge place and it's crawling with shadows. And somewhere in that fortress is something more powerful than any of us. Nothing lives there, a wall of darkness. Is there anything else you feel like sharing and you think that might help me before we step through this portal? Well, yeah, there's only one thing you should know. You I knew before, you that led us there, he wasn't like you. At all. What do you mean? The other you? He didn't care much for anybody, for anyone. You could have all died in that fortress and he wouldn't have blinked. So I just want to hold on to your differences because... Well, I like this you better. A lot better. But that's not all you want to say, is it? No. Maud pauses. There's one other thing. I may not have liked the other you very much, but he was a smart basher. The smartest basher I've ever known. He always had every angle covered. If he died at that fortress, that means, well... You don't think I can succeed, do you? No. Maud shakes his head. It's not that, Chief. Because it's not always who's the smartest or who's the most powerful or who's the toughest. Sometimes it comes down to who you are and what you really want. I mean, once you wanted to become immortal, but in the end, is that really what you wanted? Just be sure of what you want this time, is all I'm saying. Fair enough. Look, Mort, we haven't really much talked about this, but you know you don't have to come with me to this place, right? I'll understand if you don't want to. Yeah, I know, Chief. And I can't lie to you, I don't want to go. But I will. Just know that once we step through that portal, it isn't going to be just about you anymore. This is our lives you're playing with. We don't get back and die. And why are you... It's because of what Ravel said in the maze. Gray's voice is soft. So soft you almost miss it. Isn't it, Maud? What Ravel said in the maze, she said you draw people who suffer to you like a lodestone. Maud shakes his head. Maybe it's because you've been suffering all this time. Maybe when you end up settling things, maybe we'll know a bit of peace too. Maybe. Maybe so. Then are you with me, Maud? Why not, Chief? Maud shakes his head. I mean, we're going to every other horrible plane in the multiverse I can think of. Why not take that extra step over the cliff? He gives a rattling sigh. Are you ready? Because if you're not... I'm ready, Maud. There's nothing more I can do to prepare myself. Are you with me? Well, Maud glances at the shimmering blue curtain and gives another rattling sigh. Sure, let's go. I mean, any place else has got to be better than rattling our bone box in the mortuary, right? Alright then. And here we are ready. Well, we are going to be split up. And we have gotten the Skin of Regrets, which is another item that we can use in a quick slot for a reason. I haven't even visited ever my own prison plane using the Lady of Pain Ragdoll by, well, devoting to it myself to her thing. Like, she is a goddess. But that nets you a unique hammer, like these unique items. But I don't use a hammer, so I'm not really too painful. I'm going to take a lot of healing for myself. I'm going to take it away from my allies. Or actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. That much. Because I have a feeling we might see them back. But we need to focus on me mainly here. Alrighty then. Everybody ready? Are you ready, my watchers? Because we are going to plunge ourselves into the depths of regrets. And I already told you once myself that I believe only one thing can change the nature of a man in the way that this game means it. And that is suffering. And I think the game shows it. And we are alone, as stated by Maud. The first thing we are going to do is, well, this is what we have with us. But our Linden died, the negative material plane, and did not survive here, though the negative token did help us ward against shadows. But we have to go and travel a bit. But a lot of people might not know is that you need to go, through the door. Into, of course, the fortress. But there she is. I thought she would be here. Dianora is also present here, and I have her wedding ring with me, and you want that because of one big reason. Before you is the ghostly form of Dianora. Her spectral gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. She's standing at the edge of the black stone causeway, staring out into the emptiness of the plain. Dianora? My love, you should not be here. You must leave at once. Dianora, what is this place? Is this the fortress? This is the fortress of regrets. This is a place that holds the moment of my deaf prisoner, and I may not stray from its halls. If you can find a way back to Sigil, you must. If you stay here, my love, you shall die. What about my immortality? Surely I'm still immortal, even here? She shakes her head. No, my love. There is something about this fortress. The shell that surrounds it cuts it off from the rest of the planes. It is that shell that acts as a barrier to your immortality. How could the shell act as an obstacle? That makes no sense. As I have maintained my vigil here in this place, I have come to learn the nature of your immortality, my love. It is a thing which hungers for the lives of others. At the moment of your death, it claims another living thing in your place, allowing you to live. The soul that dies in your place is brought here to the fortress as a shadow. I believe this shell prevents your immortality from finding another victim. So when I die, another one dies in my place. And if I can't find another living thing to die for me, then if you die in this place, it is the end. For there's nothing that lives here, so you must be careful. Return back to Sigil and leave this cursed place. But my allies are here, and that means that they're inside this shell. What happens to them if I die? My love, if you have brought anything that lives with you to this place, then it is in terrible danger. Both from the shadows and from you. Should you die here, your immortality will hunt for the closest living thing in the fortress, and that is the one that shall die in your place. You must leave here now. I can't go back. So can you tell me anything else that might be helpful? What waits inside the fortress? There's a natural darkness within the fortress, my love. Only the shadows of those who died in your place. The energies of this plane feeds them, and their hatred for you is beyond all reason. They will not permit you to leave. She throws a glance at the walls of the fortress. Do not enter, I beg you. But my allies are in there. I cannot leave them. Do you have any idea where they might be? If you brought others, then they were cast from you when you arrived. It is the nature of this place to divide living things. Then kill them. She looks distraught. The fortress is a thing of many miles. Finding your friends here will be difficult. I have to find them. There's no choice in the matter.
Updated my journal.
Very well, my love. If you intend to go on, you must know this. Past the entrance to the fortress is a great antechamber with countless shadows. You must move swiftly and not let them gather about you, or you shall surely be slain. One more thing. Dianora pauses, trying to catch a fleeting memory. Within the chamber are great clocks. Her voice becomes steadier and more certain. Clocks which you spoke of once as having been the key to you escaping that chamber. When you were trapped there once before, she looks at you. I know I cannot stay from your course, my love. I shall watch for you and help you if I can. I brought your ring, Dianora. I find your legacy to me. The ring still holds part of me within it, my love. When you carry it, you carry my heart with you. She closes her eyes for a moment and you suddenly feel warmth mass through you. Dianora opens her eyes, then smiles. I knew you would return to me with it in your keeping. Carry it now with my blessing. Keep it close to your heart. Through it, I will defend you. You have my thanks, Dianora. I must go now. And that gave me Dianora's wedding ring, who all of a sudden's bonus got tripled. +3 to armor class, +3 to armor piercing, +9 to saving throws. Yes, you can get a really decently low armor class as a mage if you also get the dexterity up. But unfortunately, we do not have yet another level up. We need 2 more before our dexterity actually aids us with, well, getting some more armor class.
I'm gone.
Not sure if we're ever going to reach that, and then if not, you know, We'll do it like this. We are here for the story, not to be all powerful. Power corrupts, after all. We have seen that in many games, and this is no exception. Time to enter the Fortress of Regrets.
Great power is here.
I have need of you. There are creatures that must die.
Yes, I think I made accident. Hold on, let me just make sure of that. Video options. Nope, hold on. Movies. Ignis Arrival. Did we miss it? Well, perhaps it will come in a moment then. You also can have a Valor's Arrival, which is a lot more neat to see, but yeah.
Alright.
Let's see how dangerous these greater shadows are. They do quite a bit of damage to me.
This is it.
And indeed it is it, but that is more damage than I liked. As you can see, this is not going to be easy. But we have several things as hidden weapons. The Blade of the Immortal, thought that it could kill me in a plane that did not touch the planes. Which is something DNR just said. We have more than enough charms here to save us. And to help us out. And we'll use them in order to get more resistant. And we have our skin full of regrets. And we have our brilliant mind. And we will make use of that in order to fight my way to my mortality. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.